Hello, everyone. I'm Furkan from Inco. I'm working as a researcher at the company, and today I'm joined by Bunny and Tomi from the Bagel team. Welcome, you guys, and that would be nice if you could introduce yourselves.
Hey everyone, my name is Mauricio Trujillo, also known as Bunny.
Hi, my name is Tomás Oliver, known as Tomi 204.
We're part of the Bagel team. We've been both building in the space for quite a few years, and Tomi actually is the one person that started bringing me into the privacy sub niche of crypto. And yeah, we just won the Solana Privacy Hackathon with Inco, so we're happy to be here.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, as Bunny mentioned, they actually won a prize from Incotrack at Solana Privacy Hackathon. And today we will dive into more details of their project Bagel. So the first question obviously is, how did you come up with the idea? So what kind of motivations or like reasons you actually decided to go with Bagel?
Yeah, so Tomi and I have been building we built a few other privacy solutions, and one of them was a privacy focused X, another one was more of a creator payments platform, and then we started thinking about the whole area of payments, right? Like we both started looking at what are certain industries that are currently blocked from coming into crypto for privacy reasons specifically, right? Like the whole point of a hackathon is to explore ideas that are actually scalable, and I think that Solana does provide a very unique ecosystem that lets all projects scale very easily if you actually solve a problem that people need a solution for. So then after chatting with a few stablecoin teams, they all pointed out that a lot of their clients, especially institutions and even very big Solana teams, were not doing something as quote unquote simple as payroll on chain because there was no privacy. No one wanted to leak how much they were earning. No business wanted to leak their burn rate. So then we were like, hey, isn't this the major use case for privacy? And then we were like, okay, we can create the one contract on Solana that allows people, any business to register, any employee to get registered, have both their burn rates and also their pay stubs be completely private. And we saw that actually confidential tokens from Inco were a wonderful use case for that.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I was about to ask, what was the problem you guys had identified, but you already has responded actually to that question. But it would be maybe nice to a bit expand on it a bit. Like, I think the point you touched, like enterprises, institutions, and the stable coins are, I guess, one of the main use cases for on-chain privacy. But obviously, as someone within this privacy space for, let's say, 2 to 3 years, it's a bit something very familiar on daily life for me. So I'm wondering your thoughts and your feelings about on-chain privacy and privacy solutions. Do you agree with our thesis of without privacy, it is not impossible to adopt masses? Or I'm wondering the perspective of someone outside of privacy space, to be honest.
Yeah, so we think blockchain needs privacy for big business because, as we say, no one wants to leak their salary or their earnings. And I am very passionate about privacy. I think from my teenager era, because I am from Argentina, and Argentina it's a communist, socialist, used a really uh, autocracy country, and for example in Argentina, one of the uh, most use case in crypto was in an era where the government left you by $200 per month, and with crypto you can buy whatever you want. So I think the past government actually wasn't good is researching who buys who can buy crypto, so who buys crypto. So if a better government comes, privacy will be so important for everyone. And yeah, I think the most important point right now is enterprise can access on-chain payrolls because they are not private or compliant.
Yeah, that's the I think that's the great explanation. And I think the very good question would be here: why did you choose to build with Inco? Because Inco isn't the only privacy solution out there. Though we claim that it's the best, but obviously no one has to agree with this. But that would be very good if you could explain why you actually chose to build with Inco.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that to be perfectly honest, right, like when we started the hackathon, we looked at every single solution in the market. There were a couple solutions that we were very happy with, but we did have to actually make some architectural decisions to maintain privacy and to minimize any sort of leakage, right? Around those decisions, we realized that if we were to use anything that use Sol as a major unit of transaction, then we would at the very least leak who was sending what amount of Sol to what contract. So then we were like, okay, we need a confidential token. We need to turn this Sol into something that is actually confidential. When we started looking into that, we didn't want to use any solutions that created a sort of paper trail to rebuild the entire transaction history. Instead, what we decided was, okay, we can actually have some point of require users to, at some point in our designs, to turn back into confidential tokens like Inco's SPL. Confidential SPL, we decided to use it because SPL is just the best possible standard that you can use for interoperability on Solana, and then hopefully within one of the scoped roadmap decisions, we wanted to actually start even generating yield within this confidential token. So we decided that it is very prudent to not only stick to something that is already a standard within the Solana development ecosystem, but also something that may open up the floodgates to something as powerful as getting maybe some yield while you're paying your payroll or getting paid from your employer as well.
Yeah, exactly. For me, it's actually the most exciting use case of on-chain privacy for me, like the payments, payrolls, and everything. And that's why it was super exciting for me to take a look at Bagel. And at this point, I would love to see how the app works. And that would be nice if you could show us.
So we built Bagel, the people's private payroll, to be the major privacy solution payroll for Solana. We realized that there was no single solution within the ecosystem that was able to keep payrolls private and your paydays happy. We think that people should have the right to keep their payments, their salaries private, not let companies expose their burn rate, maybe eventually be able to use some of this idle capital to start earning some yield on DeFi, which of course makes us a much more attractive solution, being able to integrate real-time streaming and also automated yield on Bagel, rather than just letting idle capital be idle, and also being able to not be compliant as a company, releasing all of your burn rates and whatnot. So now we can launch up the app a little bit. 1 second. I'm gonna connect my wallet. So here we do a couple things. We track payroll volume, the payment distribution, whether you paid on whatever privacy compliant confidential tokens. We let people mint USD Bagel, which is our version of our. Oh, 1 second, sorry. There you go. We let people mint Bagel, USD Bagel, which is our confidential token which is our USD equivalent for the confidential token standard that Inco has. We let people also decrypt their balances. We track who are the employees. We let people start depositing some of their balances. Sorry, I need to log in. There you go. Okay. So we still allow you to decrypt your balances. We let you be able to deposit a certain amount as an employer. After you register your business, you can deposit a certain amount that you want to use to payrolls daily, monthly, or yearly. In the exact same way that you will do with any other standard payroll tool such as Gust or Deal. We allow you to also do some confidential transfers just within the app in case that you need to pay one of your employees a little bit more and whatnot. So once an employer comes to Bagel, you can very quickly add up an employee. You can declare their wallet address, their role, the department, how much they're getting paid on a monthly, bi-weekly, or weekly basis in the exact same way that you would on any standard payroll solution such as Gusto. Once you're able to add an employee, we confirm this on chain, we randomize their index, we encrypt their wallet address, and we track the statuses of whether or not they've been paid already, the payroll is active, or it still needs to be paid. We then can go to the main homepage. We can press to add to start paying them. So once you've added the employee, you can go back to the homepage and already start paying up your employees or track which employees have already been paid up. We make sure to track your annual payroll amounts, all of your transactions, total employees, the number of businesses that are under your name. And if you're an employee, of course, you can go through our employee registration dashboard that allows you to log in and be able to claim your payments whenever you like. We allow you to check your Sol balances, your USD Bagel balances, your different account details which need to be initialized once you're able to, for you to get paid. And we also provide you with reports of how much your spend is for your entire company, so you're able to stay compliant while also being able to manage your treasury.
Very nice.
All of the code for Bagel is completely open source. We want to let people also start looking at our implementations for this. Our architecture is also completely open. You can 100% start leveraging this and being able to build similar products with Inco Confidential tokens.
Yeah, super nice.
Sharing screen.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super exciting. And to be honest, like in terms of both design and architecture and the fact that you open sourced your code, I really like your project, and I'm hoping the best for you. So apart from all these, I'm wondering what was building with Inco like for you in this journey, and also I'm wondering if you could recommend Inco to other developers.
So Tomi and I have actually tried quite a few privacy solutions. Tomi has actually participated in a couple other privacy hackathons, and while we were participating on this one, he kept on telling me that the documentation that he found on Inco was one of the most straightforward ones, to the point that he even, when we were doing the integration, we were pretty much done as fast as we started. And this is no exaggeration, that like Inco's integration into Bagel was the easiest one that we had on the entire stack. Everything else, we had a couple hiccups, primarily because documentation was getting updated. Maybe we had to ask a few questions to the team on the Telegram chat, whereas with Inco, we felt comfortable with just using the documentation, which honestly is, as someone who has been using who has had to read quite a few docs. I love meeting the teams behind the products that I build with, but it is nice when things just work, right? And then we can show you, hey, look, we built this, and then you can actually judge it by yourselves and see the quality of our work.
Yeah, it is awesome to hear all these. Thank you so much. So before ending our chatting, which was a very very enjoying for me, I'm wondering what is next for Bagel. What are the plans?
We'll be on mainnet, develop the earn feature, develop the more tokens, because right now we have this UCC Bagel. We can do some tokenomics behind, and I think that's it. I don't know if I am missing something, Bunny.
Because Tomi and I have both built companies before, we actually got approached by some of our prior investors asking us if we were going to productionize Bagel and bring it into mainnet. I think it would be nice to have the beauty of crypto is that you can create unstoppable apps. So yeah, we're looking to deploy Bagel on mainnet. And today we actually got an offer by one of our investors to productionize Bagel and make it into a joint venture with them. So maybe we'll be making that a little bit more public soon.
Yeah, that sounds great. Guys, I'm hoping the best for you, and I'm sure we will be in touch in the upcoming days as well. It was a really sweet chatting for me, and it was great meeting you. And I hope you also enjoyed this chatting. And obviously, I would love to answer if you have any questions before ending the call.
What's next for Inco? What else are we gonna see from Inco and Solana?
There are things that I can disclose, and there are things that I cannot disclose. So let's see together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. It was great to meet you as well.
Yeah, thank you.